La da 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 da. Da 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 da. My music's not working. Ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hello. Oh. Hey there, Jim. Hey, Lisa Mammina. Hi, Chris. Louisville, California, Oregon, Michigan. Never, never will I marry. Never, never will I wed. Born to wander, solitary, wide my world, narrow my bed. Never, never, never will I marry. Born to wander till I'm dead. No burden to bear, no conscience, no care, no memories to mourn, no turning, for I was born to wander, solitary, wide my world, narrow my bed. Never, never, never will I marry, born to wander till I'm dead. How's everybody doing? Oh, thanks. Melanie DeMore, Sunshine Summers. Lily Pearl. Hi, little sister. Oh, big sister. She's my big sister. No burdens to bear, no conscience, no care, no memories to mourn, no turning, for I was born to wander, solitary, wide my world, narrow my bed. Never, 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 oh, will I marry, born to wander till I'm dead. I wonder if they'll block my own song. I mean, you know what I'm saying. So I thought of something positive that has happened for me since March 12th. Traveling a lot, like a lot. Like in December, I was in, I don't even know, like 5 different round trips. And then in January, I was in California to New Mexico to Chicago, Chicago to New York. What does that mean? What does that mean? So I've been traveling and I usually carry on, right? And if I don't carry on, I have a pretty big bag. I have, for many years, and I work out, but I'm not a weightlifter or anything. I had calluses. Like I was dating somebody and they didn't have calluses. It's like, wow, your hands, and my hands are soft, but I had, calluses from the luggage. Putting the luggage up, down, and getting it on the subway and off the subway and getting it off. Yeah, so my calluses are gone. So that's a positive. Thank you. Patty tie-dye, Patty tie-dye. Melanie, Lisa says, or Lisa Melanie DeMore says, Gina Melita in the house. Whoops. Which CD is that on? That's Jenna and the Charmers. Cool. Hello. Hello. I didn't light my candle because I can't find my lighter. And I have 2 lighters around here now, but you know what I did today is I organized stuff. Oh, well. Oh, well. Same thing is happening to chefs. Yeah, your calluses. Yeah. But I never knew. This was the crazy thing. Hi, Ellen. I never knew why I had calluses. Because I'd be like, why do I have these calluses? Hi, Leslie. I love you, Leslie. So, what's everybody doing? To show you my new cup. I organize. Oh, I'm an organized freak. I have this new cup. I have 2 of them. So if you're ever allowed to come back in my house, you can come have tea with me. And it's quite, I probably could get calluses drinking from this cup. My friend Sarah Jacobson, who I will have on the show. Were any of you here today for Elodie? She's so awesome. She had these puppets, a male and a female, anatomically correct male-female puppets, and a dragon that breathes fire. And she's an incredible painter. Wait. Yeah, I organize stuff. We've talked organization before, Ellen Hoffman. Ellen's on Wednesday night. Ellen Hoffman, is that correct? So, anyhow, hi, Julie Luce. So, what is anybody drinking? Hi, Chuck. Wow, long time, Chuck. I'm a loud swallow. I swallow. Sounds like my dad. Right, Lisa? Our dad would chew with his mouth closed, but sometimes he would. I know, sorry. I had to bring it up. Chuck, that dress is still in the window. How much is that dress in the window? Some people want to know about how much the doggy is. Well, I've never bought a doggy. She just jumped into my arms. Pearl's suffering from the pandemic a little bit. She's missing all her peeps. Drinking rosé. Toasted pita topped with hummus, a fried egg, and some chimichurri. That shit was the bomb. Yeah? What did I have? Oh, Grace made sauce. So I had sauce with mini potatoes, purple potatoes. That was really good. So yes, Ellen Hoffman will be here Wednesday night, and I think Carmen Geddet might be here tomorrow night. And then Thursday night. Oh, wow. Oh, I hear Broadway.com is blowing up. That's all people have been talking about today. Have you been watching Broadway.com? Have you been watching Broadway? No, I finished Schitt's Creek, and now I don't know what to do with myself. I'm really sad. Yeah, I'm like having withdrawals from Moira. Incidentally. Tally, probably she'd say. Incidentally. If you haven't watched Schitt's Creek, watch Schitt's Creek. You won't like it at first. You're going to go, this is stupid. These people are stupid. Yeah, Carmen. Yeah, well, Gina's a chef, so yeah, it's going to be super dope. Hi, Mary Judas. Oh, Mary Judas is here. Mary Judas wanted to be here because we have a special guest this evening who was not only the vet for this puppy right here, Mooney. Let me see if I go like that. Oh, yeah. Mooney. Jessica Webster Sandra. Jessica Webster Sandra. Sandra. You're up late. What are you doing up late? Oh, speaking of unemployment for gig workers, opens tonight at 12:01 in California. So, just thought I'd throw that out there. How are you, Miss Jessica Webster? I was texting with Robin Burgess a couple days. I think she's going to be on. But Jessica, I want you here. Or a morning one, because you're not up this late, right? Katie is on tonight. Katie Summers. She was this dog's vet, and she isn't Schitt's Creek the shit? I I might just have to watch it again because from the beginning I didn't really appreciate it. Because I was like, these people are stupid. But it's SCTV and, Catherine O'Hara. I love it. But by the end, the character development is so fabulous. Yeah, she was the vet for this girl, too. See, she's acting kind of funny. I do this to Katie. I'll call, Katie, Lillian's acting funny. Katie, Lillian has this. Katie, Lillian. But she is acting weird. Maybe she misses my calluses. So I hope Mom is on. Does anyone know if my mom is on? Should we call her? Lisa, can you see if Mom is on? Mom, oh, she's on. Grace is on. It's 11:23. It always just happens like that. I tell people, my guests, because now I have guests. Oh, and by the way, so today I get a message from someone that says, thanks for doing all that free singing and free talking online. And then another person suggested that I do some of concert online, a virtual concert. And I said, I've been doing virtual concerts for years. But she said, well, if you did a concert, then we could pay you money. And I said, well, I'm on every night, and I have Venmo, and I have PayPal, and I have Patreon for my show that I do twice a day, 14 times a week. And she goes, yeah, but you're just talking. But I sing too, and my talking is not very easy, believe it or not. I'm quite an introvert. So anyway, I do take donations, and I don't like to discuss it, but there I did. But be careful. All of you people that are doing these virtual concerts and stuff, there are people that are jumping on now. It's a long story. Maybe Carmen Get It will tell you about it. But she and her husband Steve Lucky were doing a concert the other night, and someone posed as they took their artwork and was sending links out, and kind of screwed them a little bit. But we just need to be careful in this new world. So anyway, I say so a lot. I need to stop that. Years ago, my mom said, don't say yeah when you're on the radio. I say it because I kind of lisp. Thank you for your donation, Melanie Demore. Ellen Hoffman, you're watching again. Are you watching again? I always feel like somebody's watching me. Facebook might block me. All of a sudden, there might be a spot tonight. Hi, Cheryl. I love Facebook. Please don't block me. So, there I go again. I need to, what's another word? Actually, Katie Summers is a veterinarian, and she's been a veterinarian for a very long time. And Lisa Mammina, my sister, met her when Lisa had started the Milo Foundation up in Willits, and Katie was the vet in Ukiah. And that's all I'm going to say about them, because they can talk about it if they want. But they now live on a ranch, Crazy Lady Ranch, we call it, 5150. And it's really cool. And I'm not telling you where it is, because you couldn't find it anyway. But they got it going on. They got this house, and they have horses, and they have a donkey. Do you have a donkey or a pony or something? And they had these sheep, and Lisa has the big victory garden, and she's growing celery from celery and romaine from romaine, and then she's got a whole thing going on, and she picks up sticks, and anyway, it's really cool. It's like a town. Crazy Lady Town, CL. So I'm literally going to call Katie. I have my tripod. I have my sock. Do you know this stuff? This stuff's good. I found it in the living room today. Biffa. Hi, Biffa. I have a friend named Pippa. Where's Pippa? Pippa should be here. What do you think, Lil? Can you see Lil? You can't. You only just see her ears. It's probably really loud for her. High tech. Oh, girl. Check it out. But it works. Except I rearranged my junk, so now I don't have it perfect like I did. Give me a minute. I know. It's just a little. Just have to make sure this is where Katie wants to be. Oh, really? Biffa. Oh, Biffa Ryan. Oh, right. I need that list again. I lost it. Why is this not? Oh. Where do you want to be, Katie? Do you want to be on this side or this side? I think it's easier tonight to be here. This is where you're going to be because I have Lillian in my lap. Lillian Pearl. Hi, John and Biffa. Hello, Lisa. Okay. Everybody's here. It's a party. Oh, Katie, I'm calling you right. Oh, wait. It's not allowing me to FaceTime. Why is that? Why is that happening? You're in. Where you be? Oh. Hi.
Hi.
Can you do me a large favor?
Me?
Yes. Would you please lower your volume on your laptop? All the way to the ground, to the ground, to the ground, ground. Ow, what happened? She said,
I get nothing.
Did you say ow?
No, that was someone else.
Ow. See my cup?
You caught it?
You guys, we're on the air. We're on the air.
Is that me?
What are you doing?
We don't have you. We can't see
I think
you.
someone's texting you, maybe.
Yeah, can you call us back?
There you are. Someone's
Where?
texting you.
Call me back.
You're there.
So non-tacky. But I don't have you. I don't have you. Can you see me? Can
No,
you see her?
I see you. I see you.
What now? Me?
No, you're pausing. Guys, we're losing people. We're losing people.
Sorry. I don't have it, though.
What do you keep doing? You're there and then it's gone. I missed these ladies a lot. Katie!
There you are.
Where'd Lisa go?
Hiding. She's
She's
hiding.
hiding.
She was having technical difficulties.
Oh, so you're going to go landscape. So I could have used my other... Can you not go landscape?
Who, us?
Yeah, can you flip the camera the other way?
Oh, this way?
Yeah, there you go.
Better? All right.
Yes, yeah, because then it works. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Katie Summers. This is Katie. Wait, I'm going to put you this side.
I have you on.
I'm doing this. So what do you see? I haven't asked anybody. What do you see when you're looking at your of me in the camera?
I'm seeing a tie-dye that I recognize.
Okay.
And then in the background, I see like a picture and some stuff you're trying to organize, maybe.
No, that's...
And then I see a Jenna Mammina DVD on the ground, maybe.
That's the table. Biffa. What a cool name. What is Biffa? I don't know the name Biffa. We haven't met. You got dark now. Get it back. Turn the lights back on, kids. Okay. Nobody move. So, Katie Summers, what's happening?
Yes. I'm having a cup of peppermint tea, and Andy's walking around asking for dinner.
Lillian just heard Andy.
And the horses are just put to bed. It just got dark out there.
How many horses do you have these days?
I have 3 horses, 1 mule, and 1 pony.
What's the mule's name? I don't know the mule.
Jasmine.
When did you get the mule?
Oh, maybe 10 years. But she's staying at a friend's house that has another mule that she likes. She prefers other mules.
You've had a mule for 10 years?
Yeah. I rode her in the Sierras. We went on like a 9-day pack trip, and she came and she carried a lot of the food and the tents and stuff.
Oh, well, the mule you've had, but you have a pony now. The pony.
Pony here, yeah.
Pony's newer.
Kelpie, yeah. He's new.
Yeah. Okay. No, I knew about the mule.
Yes.
Flander, where's Chica?
Chica's in the bed, right in front of the stove. Where she likes it.
Is it warm there?
We don't have to have a fire. She just likes that spot.
She thinks she's still getting a fire, right?
Yeah.
Lillian, she'll lay down in front of her space heater when it's not on.
She's getting kind of deaf, so normally she would hear your voice and be all perky, but she's sound asleep.
Chica-wika. Chica-wika. Lillian's looking around. Watch. Here. Chica-wika. Where's Chica, Lil? Where's Chica? Where's Chica? Oh, she's looking for her. Oh, my girl. So here's your niece, Lillian Pearl. Oh, you can't see her.
I can't see her.
She's right here. You could be watching on Facebook live.
Oh, there. That's strange.
Oh, you can see you? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's Lillian Pearl.
Hi, Lillian. Hi, Lillian.
So,
she's pretty quiet.
Should we talk animals, or what do you want to talk about? What did you have for breakfast?
French toast with fresh blueberries and raspberries and coffee.
Lots of coffee.
And made with good sourdough bread. Lisa was the chef this morning.
She makes good stuff.
Yeah.
I know there's probably some questions that people have for animals, but can we talk a little bit about this COVID-19 cat stuff? Animal stuff?
Yeah. There's been the big cats that most people know about, the tiger, who then also at the same zoo they had a couple of African lions also infected, and then there has been a couple of cases in other countries. China had some cats, and I think there was one, a Belgian cat, that lived with a person who was infected with the coronavirus. And but what we know is that cats and dogs and other animals are not really been shown to transmit the virus, even though they can be infected by humans. They can't seem to be transmitting it to any humans. Dogs are also, there's been a couple of rare cases in dogs, but the dogs were never sick.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second? Whatever light just turned off, I would suggest that you turn it back on.
No problem.
Please.
I like it better. Yeah.
Yeah. There she is. So I'm sorry.
People don't need to get concerned about this because these are rare cases where cats have been infected that's transmitted by humans, but this is what we call a reverse zoonosis. And zoonosis means transmitting from one species to another. And normally we talk about transmitting from animals to humans, and that's a zoonotic disease. But in this case, with this COVID-19 virus, it's a reverse zoonosis, which means that humans are able to, in rare and not very common cases, they are able to transmit that to their cat, and that cat can transmit sometimes to other cats. But right now, there's a lab that's a big company in the United States called IDEX Laboratories, who has been testing cats, dogs, horses, numbers of different species, ferrets, and they've done over 5,000 tests on pets, and that's in the United States and also I think in South Korea and in Canada and Mexico and Europe. And with over 5,000 cases, they haven't had a positive case yet in cats or dogs or ferrets, I believe. So it's not very common. And they've been testing kind of randomly from blood samples, fecal samples, and oral samples taken from other animals. But there hasn't been a big problem. So when cats do get infected, since you're asking about the cats, sometimes they will have some very minor respiratory signs, but this virus doesn't infect them the same way it does in people. So that we don't see there's not been any cases where cats have been very sick. It's been like a self-limiting problem. Within a few days, the cats get better on their own. A lot of cats don't even have symptoms. So really the situation is it's possible, but it's not, the major mode of transmission is not from cats to it's a people to cats transmission that they're picking up, and it's not very common.
And what about dogs?
So dogs are a little bit less likely. The dogs so far, there's been very few dogs that were tested positive, and none of them really had any symptoms. And it may be the science right now, it's always changing. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Flanders.
Yeah.
Andy wants to be on. Lillian's looking around for Flanders now.
Yeah.
Hi, Flanders. Kim Mead's on, Lisa. Hi, Flanders. Lillian's head's like, where's Flanders? Where's Flanders?
There you go, Andy. So dogs, no, they don't seem to have symptoms. There's been rare tested positive. There is a warning that probably if you have the COVID-19 virus, you should not expose your animals. It's better to have an abundance of caution, and that would be to take that one of the other family members to take care of the pets. If you are home and self-isolating, it's better not to have your pet with you. Let them be cared for by someone else in the household.
Can they carry that virus longer than a human?
So there's really not a whole lot of information on on that at this point. It seems like if a ferret, which have been the two that they've in experimental studies that show that they're able to pick up the virus from humans much more than they think a dog could, basically because there's some receptors involved that the virus uses to attach to the cells, and cats and ferrets, it's easier time for that virus to get into the cell, where dogs have all species have different receptors. They're called ACE2 receptors. So they don't seem to they just don't seem to have symptoms very long if the cats do have symptoms.
I see.
It's usually short-lived.
And what about from, I think it's Nicole asked, what about dogs' fur? How long do they carry it on their fur? Dogs, cats, horses?
So that hasn't been studied. I've been kind of watching as things change. We always get new studies are coming out almost every day of certain aspects of pets and the COVID virus. But the best thing I can liken it to is, when people talk about surfaces that the virus can live on, say cardboard, they've had some study that showed it could be there present for 3 days. And I think on metal surfaces or smooth surfaces, it tends to be longer. But with pets, we don't think that there's been any kind of transmission that has been proven from petting a dog or petting the cat. But the specialists are saying we need to be cautious because, things change all the time. And so it could be, when you have a rougher surface like fur, it would be not likely to be easily as transmitted as it would be a smooth surface. So right now, at UC Davis, where I went to school, their latest recommendation is if your pets are around, shouldn't be around 6 people, and you should let them be socially distancing 6 feet as well. And especially if there's elderly or immunosuppressed people, they should not be petting the cat. They should not be being exposed. Oh, Andy, look at you. I can see you on the picture now. He's happy to be here and happy to be part of this. Oh, Andy.
So a friend of mine, Lynette, asks, my friend lets her cats outdoors. Can her cats bring the virus back into her house?
That would be really, that's not anything that I've heard has any...
if somebody coughed on the cat and the plume, the cat got covered with the plume and then came in the house and they snuggled with the person, could they get it?
Well, they're definitely recommending not having anybody snuggle with your cat if possible. Yeah.
What, Lisa? I can hear Lisa in a crowd of 1,000 people.
Yeah, Lisa's reminding that it's better to, they're saying now, it's better to just not let other people pet your cat because we don't know enough.
Right.
So yes, if the cat would have to be, if your cat went outside, it would have to be exposed by a human, really, most likely, unless there's another cat walking around that got exposed by a human.
So maybe.
But it's very rare. I think the most important thing is to know how rare. If they did 5,000 tests and they haven't found it yet, from the IDEXX laboratory that's been doing a lot of the testing, that means, the numbers are going to be very low. I should mention that test is becoming available now for pets to be tested, but it has to be under certain circumstances. So it's the same thing as in people, that we're not just testing any animals, but if you have COVID-19 and you're worried about your cat in your house, you can have that cat tested. If your cat is showing respiratory symptoms or GI symptoms, you should take them to your veterinarian, who will test and make sure it's not some more common causes, because it would be other viruses that cats get that would be more likely to show the same symptoms as the COVID virus. So your vet would notify them, and you can get the test done if you've already tested for other things. So, but it's not like you should just say, oh, I'm worried about my cat, and take it in. Because even when cats get infected, they often have no symptoms, or it's just like a short little cold.
So I kind of know this answer, but I don't know. My friend Julie, apparently the human coronavirus has been around for years. Why has this strain become so deadly? Is that partly because there's no vaccine?
Well, there's so many coronaviruses out there. I mean, there's in animals, there's tons of coronaviruses, and it's when it jumps from one animal species into a human that it, is when we see the trouble. I mean, that's how the SARS virus and the MERS virus were animal origin, and some of the bad flus that have gone around. So this is just, I think people expected that one day we were going to get probably a pretty bad one. And I can't tell you why this one is the one, but it's really the jumping from an animal species into the human that it seems to do very well in the human.
So what do you think of the live markets in China? Live market?
Oh, they're so sad. The wet markets?
Wet market.
Oh, it's just, I can't even watch it if it comes on television.
Yeah,
it's very sad. But it's always been like that, and I'm hoping that maybe this will be the time that people will maybe start changing that. I'm hoping that there'll be legislation there that will maybe stop the live markets, because
they're open.
So many animals, and they're all they're brought in live and killed for food right there.
My cousin Armando said, I'm sorry.
Oh, I just saw puppies on there the other day, and
I'm sorry I even brought it up. La 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 la. Our cousin Armando says he stopped petting other people's pupsters out of an abundance of caution.
That's good. That's good, Armando. That's what we did around here. Andy, he likes to go over to Bonnie's place, who's on our ranch too. And so now we tell Bonnie he just has to say hello, and Bonnie's not petting him right now.
Yeah, Lillian stays on my lap. If we sit on the porch at Grace's, we sit outside. She'll sit. We had a social distancing. Did you see the photo I sent? I posted.
No.
I was sitting, and then Lillian was sitting, and then Grace was sitting. We were all the way across the deck from each other.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. See, that's very safe, because you don't want an elderly person to get any possible chance, even though it's pretty, it's rare. It's not the way this virus works. It's not the common way of any spread, but you want to be cautious, because older people have so much more trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. What did you have for dinner tonight?
We had an ahi tuna,
what?
lemon linguine with Parmesan and parsley from the garden, and lemon, I guess. Meyer lemons from the garden.
I'm missing my Meyer lemons so much.
Yeah.
So what's in the garden?
Lettuces, peppers, peas, eggplant. What else, Lisa? Onions, chives, celery, bok choy. Did I say tomatoes? Lemons.
And that's
carrots.
Just
Carrots are just coming up. little, we got a lot of starts that we've repotted, haven't put in the ground yet. So.
And then up at the other ranch, you have even more, right? Berries and stuff.
Yeah, kale, lots of blueberries. Well, the orchards, all the orchards up there with the apples and the cherries and pears and grapes and raspberries, blackberries. We got it kind of covered.
I guess.
Yeah.
So as far as Armando's the cat he's Andy Flanders. So we were talking earlier before we went on the air, about, I said Lillian's been acting kind of weird, and you said is she on the normal schedule? Well, we don't have a normal schedule anyway because we travel so much. But I have been staying up later, and she's resting, but so you were just talking about how important it is to maintain a schedule for the animals. So people that are home now, it's different. Their cats probably are probably like, what the heck are they doing home still? Why aren't they gone? Why aren't I up on top of the refrigerator or throwing, I don't know, right? So keeping a regular schedule.
Just having their family around the whole time because it's not what they're used to. Some dogs are like home all day alone, sleeping.
Right.
But if you can set a routine so that they get to know this is the new routine, it's much better than the same time every day. And if you can, exercise really helps with stress for dogs. So if you can take them, a couple of times a day out for walks, that's helpful. If you give them mental activity, like I see a lot of, this is a good time to get those little puzzle toys that you can put food in and where they have to move things around, because that keeps them mentally stimulated too. Lisa keeps telling me I'm not looking at the right direction. and I keep rocking, and I look at the picture and I look like I'm,
You're like you're rocking. Well, I'll rock
because
with you.
I am in a rocking chair. So.
Oh no, you're not just rocking.
Right. See my rocking chair? I could go really big.
Oh, we're here. Biffa said here. She lost us. For some reason, you're kind of blurry. I don't know why. Lisa.
I don't know.
Because you're away from the Wi-Fi?
I should get my kitty.
Does anybody else have any questions for Dr. Katie? So, Katie, I would love it if this could be somewhat of a, like you could come back sometime if you like it. Are you comfortable hanging out online at 11:11 with Jenna?
Well, because it's you, it makes it pretty easy. Thank you. I don't normally like doing any speaking engagements, but this feels like,
like we're hanging out and I'm asking you all kinds of questions. And Katie, and then Lillian looked like this the other day, and Katie.
But I'm used to that, right?
Yeah. I text her, Katie, Lillian hasn't, so like, Jenna, it's fine, she's fine. But she's doing, she hasn't eaten for 2 days, and she's not.
But that's Lillian.
But she's not gone to the bathroom either. Armando wants to know if he can teach his cat calculus. Oh, what about horses? Oh, you mean just do one about horses? Like maybe we could call you when you're out in the barn in your, what's it called?
Yeah, well, we could do a morning one and walk around down there.
That'd be cool.
And, they're kind of in bed right now.
But what time do you get up and feed the horses in the morning?
Well, I get up between 5 and 6, and then I go out there and I open up the pastures and let them be out in the pastures, and then I go back around 8 o'clock and some hay, and sometimes I take one of them on a ride at that point. Or
oh, cool, because I could call you at 8:11 your time, 8:20.
Yeah.
And we could do a little horse thing.
Yeah, you could meet some of them, and I could answer some horse questions. You have horse questions.
Do you guys have any other dog questions, cat questions? What's the most unusual animal you've seen in your veterinarian life?
Oh, can't even remember the name of that one cat.
I like your shirt, but can I see your face, please? Thank you. Your shirt looks great on you, Katie.
Tell her I was reading Lynette's question.
Lisa was reading Lynette's question, she said.
Oh, I have 3 cats. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that question. I have 3 cats, a rescue, a ragdoll flown in from Missouri, and a Maine Coon from a nearby breeder. Mr. Ragdoll has a crazy airline mishap. Mr. Ragdoll had it. He ended up being waylaid to Miami, then to Chicago, then to Kalamazoo. He brought with him a bad respiratory infection that was quite stubborn. It was finally diagnosed as a COVID infection. It finally was resolved by giving all 3 cats antibiotics for 40 days. Could this be related to the COVID of now? When was that, Lynette? I'm sorry, I didn't see that question. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, it was probably a different coronavirus. How long ago was this?
It's not that long ago because I know that she's just been adding to her cat collection in this past year, but even in the last few months, I believe, but she's not answered that question yet.
Well, she must have taken it to the veterinarian and they did some sort of testing. And I would think that it would be more likely to have been one of the other viruses than the COVID-19, because that test has only been, I think, a few weeks out since they've been able to test animals with that.
So her animals were on antibiotics for 40 days.
So that was, I would wonder so antibiotics treat certain types of organisms, but not used for a virus. They're used for mycoplasma or chlamydia or bacteria. So unless the cats may have gotten, a lot of times they can get a secondary sinus infection from a virus, a respiratory virus. And cats get many different respiratory viruses, and some of them can make them quite sick. So far, we haven't seen COVID in the cases that I'm aware of that COVID is making cats really sick.
This was last year in May.
Okay, yeah. So I would suspect that it was one of the other viruses or possibly another organism, especially if they were using antibiotics. I would think it might have been something that they tested for with PCR testing, and then they would choose the antibiotic to match whatever it was that they found, what the vet found. So, but yeah, they can get very severe respiratory infections, and they can be recurring sometimes.
That's scary. Do you remember what the name of that animal was that you couldn't think of? The strangest.
What is that cat? No, that cat that was so huge.
70-pound cat.
Yeah, it's
70-pound cat.
Yeah, it was as tall as Katie.
Yeah, when I held him, his feet would be like down below my knees, and he was the only time I've had this breed of cat, which is it's kind of like a wild African cat, but I can't remember the name of it. I don't know. I used to do reptiles and birds and a lot of...
What, the castration of the elephant?
Oh, yeah. I did work on an elephant castration. That's probably the most interesting one.
Where was that? Where did that happen?
It was in L.A. at the winter grounds for the Barnum and Bailey Circus. Yeah. And I was a part of the vet team from UC Davis that went down there. It was wild. It was the first. It was the first ever elephant castration to be done, and I don't think that they do them anymore either.
Was it a Senegal cat or a Bengal cat?
No, it wasn't either of those.
People are asking.
Yeah.
Mary Judith said Senegal cat?
Maybe I have to look up the Senegal. The cat was like three of this guy.
And
if you put it together.
But heavy too, but big. 70 pounds.
No, not 70 pounds. No.
50.
I think he was in his maybe 40 or something, or 30 something.
Crazy.
But I mean, all muscle, all lean. Yeah, I don't know why I can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me after I'm not on the camera, right?
Right. It'll come to you at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That's when it usually happens for me.
But, well, when I worked, I spent a little time working in a zoo. We had a lot of odd patients there. I worked on a sun bear and orangutan. And
oh, how fun. I like can you tell your lion story?
That's a long one.
Can you just tell them what happened and what your response was?
Yeah, I was in Africa on a safari, and it was a walking safari.
Not a drug safari, a walking safari.
A walking safari, and we were tracking a group of lions, a pride of lions that we could see, and we had a guy that had a rifle in front, and there was a guy in the back that had a pistol, and then there was 4 or 5 of us in the center, and we came across an area where we stopped, and we were by a big river, and there were people on the other side of the river jumping and saying things in some African language that I didn't understand, but they were giving us big warning. And so we got charged by a very large, one of the largest lions in the area, male lions, and it was pretty scary because he came and he ran right at us and did kind of a false charge. Then he turned sideways and kind of walked back, but then made another charge at us, and this time he did this big, huge roar, and gosh, I wonder if anybody who is on this with me is listening right now. And anyway, my thing was to just want to turn and run, and we were on the little path, and it was very hard to not do anything. And they had the guns out just in case if he got any closer, but he stopped. But when he opened his mouth and he roared, the thing that ran through my mind was, wow, his teeth are so dirty.
Oh, poor thing. That means you were really close.
I always thought that, eating in the wild, that they would it would self-clean their teeth, all the sinewy meat that they would eat and the bones and stuff. But he was an older guy, but he had really bad dental disease.
Oh. And I bet the roar was so loud.
Oh, the first time when he ran at us, he shook his head all over to make his mane look really big and fluffy. But when the second time, when he kind of really meant it, and we were trying to just slowly back up and,
get the hell out of there.
Yeah, we were trying to do everything that the guy told us to. And he thought, the guide thought that he was going to have to shoot one, and he hadn't shot any in 17, 18 years when he was a hunter back then or something. But when he came at us the last time, he ran so fast that his mane went sideways against him. He was like, really running.
So I have a question in regards to cats. And like Lisa and Nino and I saw Siegfried and Roy. And I'm allergic to cats, like I'm allergic to Flanders. Would I be allergic to a tiger or a lion?
I don't know. I think you could be. I mean, they are cat. They're the cat family.
Because I see there's this guy in New Zealand or Australia who has this really great rescue, and he's got lions and tigers and bears and oh my and all that stuff. And I see, and he hugs them and stuff, and I watch it and I think, oh my goodness, I would be so allergic. I think it looks so fun.
Well, I had allergies to Persian cats for a while, but no other cats. So all their hair is a little different. Their coat. Andy, what do you want? Oh, there's my baby.
How old is Andy? Look at his
Andy's almost 18. And he's making biscuits on my
your really
shirt.
Nice sweater. And do you feed Andy anything special?
He gets so many things. He gets freeze-dried raw chicken, and he gets fish. He gets fish or chicken, and then he gets a raw kibble from Canada Day that's got. I can't remember what that. Maybe it's turkey. He likes that too. And then he has these little fish-shaped dental treats. That's his favorite thing. It's kind of like junk food, I think, for him. It's got nutritional yeast in it, and he loves nutritional yeast. He loves shrimp. He gets milk. All different. Oh, every morning he gets half and half.
Now, you told me Lillian liked a little bit of she liked everything once. But nutritional yeast is not good for dogs because it can stick to their teeth?
Well, yeah, it's just, I've seen dogs who eat a lot of it just top dressing, not kind of mixed in on the food, and then it kind of sticks in their gums and makes it a little more likely to get periodontal disease because it's always sticking there. If you mix it all in really well, it's fine.
Do cats get their teeth cleaned like dogs?
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Has Flanders ever had his teeth cleaned?
Twice.
You put him under and he had his teeth
he was
cleaned?
asleep. Yeah.
Wow.
Just no problem at all. He's very easy to nothing bothers him.
He's a cool cat. Flanders is a cool cat. Isn't Flanders the one that was up in the...
He likes to lay and stretch. See him stretch? Stretch.
Oh, yeah. Well, Lillian loves Grace's spaghetti sauce. Right. Mom just said spaghetti sauce. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch for the Flanders.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question.
Oh, there he goes.
If a dog is allergic to chicken, would they be allergic to eggs?
No.
And is there a meat that more dogs are allergic to than others? Like, is chicken like the number one allergen?
Well, that's changed over the years. It used to be that the dog food was all beef and lamb, and then if you eat one thing all the time and you don't have a lot of variety, that's how they're more likely to get food allergies. So originally, when I first became a vet, it was all beef allergies and lamb allergies. And then now it tends to be more chicken because that's the number one ingredient now. But the best way is to have a variety, especially when you have a young dog, so that they don't tend to develop allergies so much if you have a lot of different protein sources.
Well, that's been Lillian's case. And what about I know everybody's. I mean, I'm allergic to wheat, so I do gluten-free stuff. But the whole gluten-free craze followed to animals.
Yeah, and there's really only a few breeds that are gluten intolerant or wheat intolerant. But I think you can still think, as a holistic vet, I still think about gluten being more inflammatory or grains being more inflammatory. So if a dog has a gut problem or GI problem, I don't want them to be on grains, but I don't know that it's actually, that's not the same as a gluten hypersensitivity. Mm-hmm. So that's just really rare in dogs, but we often avoid gluten for certain dogs for health reasons for them to have a healthier GI tract.
So all the gluten-free food, is it more marketing than it is?
Well, so the grain-free food got very popular, and there was good things about it. There's good things about it, like I say, the less inflammation. But then there started to be a problem with the amino acid balance, and then dogs started to get problems, certain breeds more than others, large dogs more than others. So, you can cause deficiencies. Sometimes they don't exactly know why, and certain grain-free diets were more likely to cause the issue. It was a cardiac issue that can happen from the amino acid imbalance. But we think that it may be that it may be related to what they've put in place of the grains, like pea proteins, for instance, that may be related, causing the imbalance there. So it's still popular, I think. People still like to give grain-free, but I tell people, again, variety is the best thing. And if your dog isn't having a problem with grains, and their GI tract is really good, for some of these big dogs or breeds that are more prone to it, it's sometimes better to have some variety of also.
Where's she going?
Who?
Where are you going? Lisa, where's...
Oh, Lisa's going.
Where are you going? So what has Lisa been baking lately?
She made bagels, and she made pretzels.
Can you go down, Lisa? Go
and
down,
she baked
lower.
She baked the
Thank you. Because my face is in there too, and it's in this thing in the frame. Because we're super high tech here.
Yeah.
You made bagels.
Yes, she made bagels. They were good.
Have you made English muffins again?
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah.
You made me some gluten-free ones, but I heard you made a muffin, speaking of gluten-free muffin, and it's so weird not to see you ladies, because usually I see you like, more than once every 3 months. This is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, we miss having you here.
It's a great kitchen. It's a lovely kitchen. You could have 12 people making food in that kitchen at one time, but it's nice that you don't, because I'd go hide if you did. What was you made a something muffin this week? That sounded good.
Oh, gluten-free coconut flour banana pecan.
Wow.
Muffins. Yeah, we try to do gluten-free a lot, just, to not overdo the grain business.
Right. And you guys are getting your food delivered?
Yes, we go out and get our greens at Peace and Plenty Farms, which is down the road. And we get our eggs down the road, and we get honey down the road. And then the rest of it, we get delivered.
Nice. Well, thank you, Lisa. It's been so nice for you to be the camera woman tonight. I know it's not easy because for 3 weeks I was holding my phone, and now that I have my fancy tripod, not.
Oops. I lost you.
Uh-oh, this is what happened before. Ask about the big house. Oh, Grace wants to talk about your big house. Maybe when you come back on from the barn, you can show the house.
Okay.
Gotta go. Oh, thank you, Mary. So Mary Judas says goodbye, and Dirk Richardson's here. Hi, Lisa. And Emily Clee, and Bernita Foster, and Lynette, and Anthony DiMaggio is here. Lots of people are still here. If anyone has any more questions, but I think I would love it. You can tell me when you want to do the horse thing in the morning. My mornings are pretty freestyle. I have guests sometimes, but usually I either don't have a guest or I call somebody that's online. I go, I'm going to call you, and I call them. It's kind of fun. But
okay.
So
yeah, we can do that sometime.
Think about it. Cool. Well, thank you. If nobody has any other questions, I think I've asked my questions. A lot aloud.
Yeah.
So here's Pearl saying goodbye to you. She's here.
Bye, Lillian.
She loves her Aunt Katie.
Bye, Lil.
She's looking for you now.
We're going to make a new fence so that she's safer here when she goes down to see the horses, she can't get into their pen.
Or she can't run to meet us at church like she did that day.
Yes, right. We're working on it.
We were driving away and all of a sudden,
Lillian.
I think you called and said, Lillian's gone. And then we got to the end of the road and she was galloping down the road. And so we ended up, it was with Dave DeFay and Nana and Papa. And I said, we're taking her to church with us. And we went to church. And right when they do the Our Father where they people hold hands, which that won't happen anymore. They do the Our Father. Lillian and Dave looks over at me and Lillian put her paw out and Dave held her paw. It's pretty funny. Well, I could sit and talk to you ladies all night, but I'll let you go and say goodnight to everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Good night, everybody.
Katie Summers, thank you, Lisa.
Enjoy your animals.
What?
Okay, I'm going to hang up now.
Okay, here's Lillian, so you can say goodbye to Lil.
Okay. Bye, Lil. Good night, Jenna.
Bye, Lisa.
Lil.
Love you. Thank you.
Love you all.
Everyone's saying bye. Cheers, Lee. Yeah, thank you, Biffa. So cool. So that list, I don't know where it is. Please message me the list again of songs, because John and I are going to sing. We're going to play some tunes together. And John, if you'd like to be a guest sometime, that would be fun. So fun. Tomorrow, I'll just be chilling if you want to come hang out. And tomorrow night, a TBA, as they say, to be announced. And Wednesday night is Ellen Hoffman. And Thursday night is my friend Teresa Mandarino. We're going to drink wine. And then Friday night, okay, thank you, I'm sorry. Friday night, that might be Tuesday, Friday, there's a hold. And then Saturday night, Gary Lambert. One more Saturday night. Fun. We'll just talk and we'll listen to stories from everybody. And you guys are so much fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You make my day. You make my night. Really. And my mom's here. I love you, Mom. I'll see you tomorrow. It rained today. So I don't want to go outside. Yeah. Yeah, Teresa Mandarino, Bernita. Thursday night. Get your little glass of wine ready because that's what we're doing. Thursday night is wine night. I haven't had I have my new cup from Sarah. Again, thank you, Sarah. With my tea. Guys, I usually wait till there's 11 people and there's 14 of you still. So I'm just going to hang out here. And what else can I tell you about my day? I talked on the phone a lot. I did more Zoom. I'm trying to learn a little bit more about Zoom. There's some stealth moves on Zoom. I was in a meditation the other day with my friend Lakiba. It's 11:11 on Thursday. Will be Teresa. And you guys, Teresa's like my other sister. We grew up together here in Michigan, but she lives in California. Yeah, right, Lisa? That'll be fun. So I was in this group of about 9 people. Thank you, Lynette. And then the woman goes, okay, I'm going to split you up into groups. And we all went in our own little private group. And then she floated in. And I was like, I don't know what's going on here. But it was fun. So I think Lillian and I are going to go for a little. I love you, Mama. Good night. My mom texts me from my phone. Fancy phone. My fancy. I know. I'm getting there. Never, never will I ever stop loving you. You're my best friend. Right, Lil? Say good night, Lil. Have a good night. I'm gonna get up really early to do the gig unemployment. Hi, Tanina McInerney. Hello, Florida. We got coast to coast going on. See you tomorrow, 11:11 a.m. She's the best doggy in the world for me. She fits my heart just right. Right, Lil? Just right. She's shy. Love hard.